Eureka Street Crypto Hub, and I'm Eureka John, broadcasting live at 5:38 in the morning from Leander, Texas, and it is May 13th, 2021, and it is another day in crypto, and there's never a boring day in crypto. And this is my video blog. If this is your first time jumping on, I'm just a dude learning as I go along, and I just wake up every single morning and talk into the camera and microphone about anything that I may have learned the previous day in this crypto world. And every once in a while, every couple weeks or so, I'll do a long form project oriented video. And yeah, that's about it. I'm not paid by anybody, not shilling anything, not trying to push out some kind of agenda. I am just looking at crypto stuff and learning as I go along, just like you. It wasn't too long ago I stepped into this crypto world and I could not understand a single word, anything anybody was talking about, and I've disciplined myself every single day to turn on the camera and be able to try to talk into the camera about something related to crypto that I've learned the day before. And yeah, it has disciplined me to force me to do it. And sometimes my wife is like, why are you so stressed about trying to get something, get this done? This is not for work. I'm like, I know it's not for work. I know it's not for my job, but this is what I want to do. So I have to buckle down and study something tonight so I can wake up in the morning and have something to say. And sometimes I don't even do that, and then I wake up and I still end up having something to say because this is crypto and there's always something going on. Even just by popping up the CoinGecko chart as you see here, I can find something to talk about. Hey, how you doing, N81? Nice to see you this morning. And as a result too, some people are kind of figuring out what time I jump on, and I'm starting to see some people jump on regularly, and I think that's pretty cool. To me, crypto can be a lonely place because you can plague your friends and family with all this crypto language and nomenclature that that is going on, and they don't understand what the hell you're talking about. So it's good to have this outlet to kind of puke out my crypto language for the day. And 81's saying, how about this market correction? I think this is awesome. I don't really have any money right now, but I kind of readjusted my portfolio a couple days ago, so I got everything where I want it. But hey, good for you if you want to scoop up some new crypto with some old fiat. This is yeah. So speaking of which, I haven't even looked at the market this morning. I just looked at it last night. $49,488 and $49,439.47. Oh man. Anyone saying I'm having my coffee with you daily? Oh, cool, man. All right. Well, I'll have my banana and my apple with you. So, yeah. Yesterday, I started broadcasting a little bit later than normal because I work from home Wednesdays, so it allows me to not have to worry about my hour-long commute that I have looming on me every single other day. So yeah, so I was able to hit the snooze button a couple times. Ethereum is down to 3,738. Who would have ever thought that you'd be saying that Ethereum is down to 3738.67? And a lot of people, if you're on Twitter and everything, you see. You see everybody come screaming about the gas fees and all this stuff and how it's the end of Ethereum. How many times have we heard that about Bitcoin? And we're probably going to hear that about Bitcoin today too. I mean, this is an amazing opportunity right now. I actually might cash out of some of my ERC20 tokens that I've done very well on. Well, I don't know. They're probably all dropped right now because I was going to cash them out into Bitcoin. Who knows? Yeah, I need to wake up and fully absorb this day before I figure out any strategic plays. So yeah, time to get up and go to work and do the deal. Working for the weekend, and the weekend's almost here. It is Thursday, and yes, I'm a working schmuck, so I do work for the weekend, and party with my paycheck. Well, not really party with my paycheck, but usually end up ordering pizza for the kids. Binance Coin 582.62. Hey, what's up, Italo Raul? Nice to see you as well. Yeah, getting the band back together here this morning. Oh man. Okay, so let's see here. XRP $1.28. That's also fallen. Everything. We're having a bloody red day. Look at this. Oh my God. This is incredible. Tether. Well, Tether's even down 0.1% in the past 24 hours. You're not immune, stablecoin. Let's see here. Cardano, $1.68. The DOGE down to 40 cents. You know, DOGE is gonna have its own synthetic. And yes, let's take a quick look at this. BTCST, and you may have heard me talk about BTCST before. It is a tokenized Bitcoin hash rate. And right now, about 12% of all the miners in the world have gathered together and used this BTCST token, and they tokenize their hash rate. So anybody can own 0.1 terahash of Bitcoin miner hash rate by holding a BTCST token. And well, you can go on the BTCST dApp and go in there and stake your BTCST token, and you can mine T Bitcoin synthetic. Okay, so with that synthetic token, it equals the amount of T Bitcoin equals the amount of Bitcoin, or you can mine for BTCST as well. But now they're implementing this T DOGE, a synthetic mining of T DOGE by BTCST right here. So it's basically going to be a synthetic pegged to Doge, and like no matter how much I try, I cannot get away from Doge. Like in the past, yes, but Doge was the first cryptocurrency I ever bought back in 2018, and I've bought and sold it a couple times, and then I was like, okay, I'm done with Doge. But then suddenly Doge is all over the news, and Elon Musk is all talking about Doge, and then Mark Cuban talking about Doge, and I'm just like, oh man, I was done with Doge. And then now here, I'm going to be airdropped a bunch of Doge by T-Doge by these BTCST people. I just can't get away from Doge. It's plaguing me. So I'll probably end up trading in the Doge that I'm airdropped for some more BTCST tokens. So yeah, I'll link this article here, this Medium article about the Doge, T-Doge airdrop, and how this is the second asset that this Tau protocol is implementing. So interesting stuff. Hey, what's up, Grim TV? Nice to see you as well. Let me gift a little. Man, we're getting a nice little posse going. So N81 says Doge do. Yeah, absolutely. Dog do. That's exactly what Doge, and the SHIB token too. Somebody messaged me yesterday for some help in getting the SHIB out of the wallet, and I'm like, man, I can help you with just about any other tokens and tell you how to import into another wallet and stuff like that if a particular wallet is not functioning for you. But if you're trying to cash out on your SHIB and do all that, don't ask me, because I don't know the first thing about SHIB and all these meme coins. The best thing you can do if you made some money off of Doge and SHIB right now is probably to cash out and to put it into something with some fundamentals. So speaking of which, let's go back to the CoinGecko charts here. Polkadot. 3771, nice and solid. Bitcoin Cash 1245.28. I don't really know what's going on with that. Litecoin 312.13. Uniswap 3808. Uniswap has this version 3 out right now, but good luck trying to do anything right now with all the Ethereum clogging and bottlenecking going on with the high gas fees and traffic. Chainlink 41.54, sticking in there. It got up to 50. It's down 12.4%, but that doesn't mean anything. Chainlink does this all the time, and it will be back and shooting back up. Now that being said, and all this Ethereum traffic, let's take a look here. I found a good article on the Defiant. What's layer 1 versus layer 2? For those of you who don't know. Layer 1 is Ethereum. It is the base chain, and you have base chains like Ethereum, Cardano, Zilliqa, Bitcoin. Komodo is a base chain, although it's a new type of chain. But there's these are base chains, and layer 2 are solutions being built on top of base chains that are helping to scale it, make it interoperable, and things like that. And then if you don't really know what scaling is, 'cause I'm not going to assume, scaling is basically whenever you find this amazing donut at one particular small little donut shop in your hometown, and you want that donut to be able to be made for everybody in the United States. So how do you use that exact same machinery, that exact same dough, that exact same everything, the exact same process, and be able to apply it to where you can make enough donuts to feed the entire United States? That's what scaling is. And Ethereum is an amazing product with smart contracts on it and acting as the world computer. But how can you do that to where everybody is using it at once, especially with this kind of auction system where whoever pays the highest gas price gets their transaction done first? And it kind of creates a playground for the rich, is what DeFi has becoming, what the Defiant is saying here. And it creates a glass ceiling. So whoever has the most money gets their transactions done first, and everybody else just gets canceled and they're out, and they lose the transaction fees. And so that's layer one. Thankfully, research teams have been working on for years on upgrades to layer one with Ethereum, as well as a series of layer 2 solutions which act as an overlaying network that lies on top of the layer 1 chain. So there's a bunch of layer 2 solutions here. Consider Ethereum first as the underlying blockchain architecture, layer 1. If you're reading this in 2021, Ethereum only recently launched phase 0 of its long-awaited transition to Ethereum 2.0 and proof of stake, which will mean Ethereum no longer uses the proof of work consensus mechanism it currently shares with Bitcoin, enabling faster transactions, less electricity burned, reducing the carbon footprint of the network, reduced centralization risks, and layer 1 design that aims to be World War III resistant. Wow, that's some major market speak right there. Wow, it's gonna be World War III resistant. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see when the nukes start dropping if people still want to transact on the Ethereum blockchain. That's probably gonna be the last thing on my mind. Probably be gas guns and gold. But yeah, that's just me. Yeah, but hey, and Martin Lariche jumping on, man. Talk about getting the band back together. Yep. Let's see here. So what's layer 2 then? Layer 2 is a collective term for solutions designed to help scale your application by handling transactions off the main Ethereum chain. Layer 1. So transaction speed's slow and the network's busy, hampering the user experience for certain type of dApps, and especially in DeFi, and if you've and related to gaming as well. So if you've tried to do anything on Aave or Ocean Protocol, I have stuff locked up in Ocean Protocol, and I can't get it out because it's just not worth it right now. And I have stuff staked up on the Aave platform. Aave is doing amazing right now. I believe Aave was hit at 600 last night when I looked last, right before I went to bed, but I go to bed early, so this was probably about like 9 o'clock. So 536.97, so Aave is doing amazing. So it's just, I can't unstake it because it's probably going to cost me $500 to unstake it, and So good luck on cashing in on that. So everything that I have on DeFi protocols right now, I'm just kind of in it for the long haul up until Ethereum 2.0 really comes out in full force. And it's fine, I got a job. I don't need the money right away, but it's just, you kind of just want to know that you can, unlock the box from underneath your mattress anytime you want, rather than, I don't know. Transaction speed slow when the network is busy, hampering the user experience for certain type of dApps, especially those in DeFi and related to gaming. Yeah, and that too. Gaming goes at the speed of life, and there's a bunch of games on the blockchain. Say you're playing a real, player-to-player game right now, and you're walking around that little virtual world with your gun, and say, for instance, you kill another player and you get to steal some of the items that they have, and say that game is on the blockchain, the transaction of you picking up that other dead player's items and stealing those items, that a transaction would occur, and those items would end up going through the blockchain, and if this game was based on Ethereum, it would go into your little Ethereum wallet that's connected to your game, Well, at Ethereum speeds, and especially right now, that's going to be expensive, and two, it's going to be slow. So Ethereum layer 1 as a video game blockchain solution is not really that practical. So they need layer 2. And a 29LH06 jumps on as well. This is a good morning, man. This is a good morning. Yes, that's for sure. So to summarize, you need layer 2 because some use cases like blockchain games make no sense with current transaction times. Like I just explained, you kill a player, they drop dead, you get to steal their skin and their gun and their sword and their gold. But if there's no way to do that transaction cheaply and quickly, then that game is completely impractical. It can be unnecessarily expensive to use blockchain applications like Aave. I got my crap locked up in there and I can't really do much about it. I got some stuff locked up on the Ocean Marketplace. Can't really do anything about that, just except for wait it out. I don't even want to add anything on there because even adding anything right now is expensive. So I have a couple Aave tokens sitting in my wallet waiting to be added to be staked that I don't want to do because it's going to cost me a buttload of money just to stake it. Yeah. Okay. My little liquid crack in the morning. Any updates to scalability should not be at the expense of the decentralization of security layer 2 builds up on top of Ethereum. That is layer 2 creates as well another security hole. Updates to scalability should not be at the expense of the decentralization and security that is built into layer 1 because Ethereum has a really great security on layer 1. And so if you're building some rinky dinky layer 2 app that's going to be put on top of it, you better be damn sure it's going to have some good security. Without going into the weeds, some of the most common layer 2 solutions they've worked on for years have been ZK rollups, optimistic rollups, state channels, plasma, Validium, sidechains, and hybrid solutions. People say, well, what about sharding? Sharding is a layer 1 solution. Things like Ethereum is going to be implementing sharding with rollups, and that's going to be pretty crazy. And Zilliqa is basically based on sharding, and it's kind of like, it's not like sharding your pants. I know where you're going with that because I go there too. I have a 12-year-old brain. But it's think about, you throw a crystal on the ground or glass and there's shards that go everywhere. And that's how the blockchain is done. It's split up into a bunch of little shards, and pieces of it are all done, and then they're all gathered together on the main blockchain to create little gathering points to where all the shards have completed their transactions on the side, so that allows scalability. But that's a layer 1 solution. These are layer 2 solutions with roll-ups where it does a bundle of transactions off chain and then it brings it back on chain. And then I don't want to go into the weeds here. I mean, there are the links right here, and I will link this article. With all the brilliant minds working on these solutions, all you need to know is you can expect many of your favorite DeFi apps to begin building on layer 2 solutions, enabling near instant transactions, settlement times for fractions of a penny, and gas costs. Synthetics is building with optimistic rollups on Optimism and has already begun testing with the Synthetics users. Loopring, a popular DEX built with ZK rollups, have been live for a year with over 35 million in total value locked, trading for fractions of a penny in gas costs. Curve Finance for stable coins and like assets, AMM. It's an AMM for stable coins with just under $1 billion total value locked. Recently unveiled their first live demo on the ZK Link Layer 2 smart contracts testnet. The key takeaway in this article is that 2020 is about DeFi stretching Layer 1 to its limits, which it has, and led many in the community to finally understand firsthand just how badly we need Layer 2 solutions. And this is obvious when you try to do a Uniswap transaction for 0.2 Ethereum and it costs you, 0.8 Ethereum to get it done. So the good news is that many teams with greater foresight have been working on this for years, and it feels like DeFi is in the final kick in the rear end we needed in getting Web3 applications on Layer 2. So a good article and kind of explaining this. This guy here on this British dude does a great job of explaining it as well. So if you like watching that in video, this video is really good. I like watching all this guy's videos. He does a great job. I don't know what his name is, but yeah, he explains concepts very simply and with a very sophisticated British accent and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not good at doing British accents. Hello, hey, top. Nope, not for me. Not in the cards for me. No British accents. Oh man! But I did the one layer 2 solution that they did not mention. Hey, what's up, Randy Dehetre? Oh, je parle français aussi. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if you are French or anything, but your name looked French. Okay, so let's see here. Another layer 2 solution that they did not mention is Arbitrum, and this is very bullish for Chainlink, and I try to follow as much Chainlink news as I can because I'm real big on Chainlink. And so Arbitrum is going live on May 28th. It is a new layer 2 solution. And does it use rollups? Does it use optimism? Does it use this or that? Well, it uses all of them. And this is pretty incredible. Okay, I went to the website. Let me go over to the Off-Chain Labs website. I've never heard of Off-Chain Labs, and I've never heard of Arbitrum. I mean, I believe I may have heard like Chico Crypto mention Arbitrum or something at some point, and I just was kind of like, I did not know anything what he was talking about. Here's their team. Look at this here. Which scaling mode is right for here? Do you want side chains? You want rollups? You want channels? You want layer 1 Ethereum? We got them all. Step right up. What do you want? Trustless, any trust, trustless, permissionless, permissioned, all participants validate. You know, they got everything. You know, so they let you pick and choose. Yeah, so it looks like they have channels and side chains, rollups. And they're kind of doing it all. I have not had time to really dig in. Again, this probably needs to dive deeper, as this says right here, and probably a lot of stuff I won't be able to talk about, but not like I can't. Now, a lot of stuff I can't talk about because I won't quite understand it, is what I'm trying to say. But it is going live. It's going on. It's live on testnet. And May 14th. So what was this calendar here? Let's see here. Okay, so let's go to their Medium. This is not it. Okay, so their Medium says, okay, they'll launch a sequencer testnet on May 14th, tomorrow. The main Ethereum mainnet for developers is on May 28th. So this is kind of a developer's project, you know. That's why it's going to be hard for me to figure out how to talk about this, but I do think that this needs to be talked about. This looks like it's going to be a really amazing layer 2 solution, and I'm just now discovering it. So, yes, we hear you loud and clear. Gas fees are highs, and Ethereum users need relief. Hold on, let me see what time I'm at. Okay, so I have a few more minutes. Gas fees are high and Ethereum users need relief. We've been hard at work getting Arbitrum ready for prime time, and we know the community is ready. So we have some exciting updates. First, a technical update. When we previously announced our release candidate testnet, Arbitrum did not include a sequencer. What this meant was transactions did not get instant responses and had the same latency as Ethereum. Our goal had been to launch our initial mainnet without a sequencer and add a sequencer later via an upgrade, but based on feedback from our amazing beta testers, we went ahead and added a sequencer and support now ahead of our launch. I think that's probably good to get all their ducks in a row before they decide to actually jump in and go live, and then try to, after the fact, like add stuff later. It never works out in the best way, and that's also why I kind of admire Theta Team for postponing their Theta 3.0 rollout as well, to make sure they have all their ducks in a row. To me personally, that just makes me feel a little bit better about some kind of blockchain project whenever they're not scared to take their time a little bit. I know Cardano's gotten huge pushback on this, and they've kind of developed a reputation of dragging their feet, but this is not Cardano. This is the apples and oranges, y'all. So it took us a few extra weeks to get here, not years. Sorry, the little face. But we think it was well worth it, as the user experience has gone way up and response times have gone way down. Notably, while we expect most users to use a sequencer, users now have the choice to post their transactions via the sequencer or directly on chain. We'll launch a new testnet with the sequencer on May 14th. Fair launch. Arbitrum is a community project open to everyone. We welcome all projects and users. We won't be picking winners or giving specific projects priority access. We want to make sure Arbitrum has an active and vibrant ecosystem for users as soon as it's available to them. So let's go to the Arbitrum website. Some solve scaling without compromise. Next generation layer 2 for Ethereum dApps. Use your favorite tools and scale your dApp at the lowest cost. So explore live dApps, start building, go to Block Explorer. So you can try it here. After deploying to Arbitrum, Bancor users have seen over a 50 times gas reduction when doing swaps. So this would be a great tool for DEXs. Any DEX that is probably going to be using this is probably a DEX that I'm going to want to use. And Chainlink has just jumped into this as well. So this is bullish for Chainlink. It looks like it's bullish for the graph as well. Still got to do a video on the graph. I'm having a hard time understanding the graph, honestly, to be able to coherently talk about it. So I still need to do more work on that. I'm trying to understand a lot of the base technology on what the graph is all about, and I'm not an IT guy, and I'm trying to learn as I go along. So. Yeah. So send your transaction to an aggregator. An aggregator plays the same role that a node plays in Ethereum, and a node validates transactions and creates consensus in the network. Client software can do remote procedure calls, RPCs, to an aggregator using a standard API to interact with the Arbitrum chain. The aggregator will then make calls to the ETH bridge and produce transaction results to the client, just as an Ethereum node would. Most clients will use an aggregator to submit their transactions to an Arbitrum chain, although this is not required. There is no limit on how many aggregators can exist, nor on who can be an aggregator. To improve efficiency, aggregators will usually package together multiple client transactions into a single message to be submitted to the Arbitrum chain. Arbitrum also supports a privileged sequencer that can order transactions and give low latency transaction receipts. Most users will use their familiar wallet, aka MetaMask and stuff, to interact with aggregators or the sequencer. Once you connect your wallet to the Arbitrum network, your wallet will handle the rest. So aggregator posts transaction batch to Ethereum, so it kind of does the batch model like rollups. All Arbitrum transactions are posted on the Ethereum blockchain, guaranteeing that all the underlying data is available to users. If anybody needs to go back and audit something, it'll be there. Once a transaction has reached finality on Ethereum, it is considered final and can no longer be replaced or reordered. At this point, the result of the transaction is fully determined. Validators process your batch and post an assertion. Transaction data is posted on Ethereum blockchain. Transaction execution is moved off-chain and performed by Arbitrum validators. Arbitrum validators report back the results of this off-chain data processing over here in the form of an assertion, sometimes called a rollup block. The assertion is posted on the Ethereum blockchain optimistically without proof. Optimistically means given it the benefit of the doubt. That is the idea that most people will be acting in good kind rather than being malicious. And if it is malicious, they'll go back and there'll be proof, but it's just assuming that most people will be not trying to screw the system. Just like aggregators, being a validator is completely permissionless and open to all. Validators post a stake, which they will lose if they're caught trying to cheat. This ensures that validators have an incentive to not try anything dishonest. I like it. They post a stake. I like it when people say that's slashed and they're slashed as a validator. I like the word slashed. It's a slasher. It's out of everyone checks the assertion. Fraud proof if it's wrong. And how do they prevent fraud? Once assertion is posted, a challenge window opens up during which anyone can challenge that assertion. Other validators. So this kind of helps out with the optimism part. It adds a little bit of fraud proof in there. Other validators check the assertion and prove fraud if it's wrong. Arbitrum has a custom proof system that guarantees proving fraud is highly efficient. Validators that successfully prove fraud will receive a large reward. So there's a bounty system. A validator who is caught cheating will lose a large deposit, and that's where the reward comes from. So yeah, if you find the thief, you get the thief's plunder. Crucially, it only takes one honest validator to guarantee correct execution. And since validation is entirely permissionless, anyone in the world can watch the Arbitrum chain and ensure that it executes correctly. Even if everyone else in the world is dishonest, one honest person can force the Arbitrum chain to execute correctly and make a tidy profit from taking the deposits of attempted cheaters. So yeah, there's going to be a whole industry for those Arbitrum bounty hunters, I'll bet. And then if a challenge window expires without a successful challenge, or in the likely event of fraud attempt, once the fraud is proven and the correct outcome determined, the correct assertion is confirmed and accepted by Ethereum. Arbitrum is guaranteed to prevent fraud as long as anyone honest is validating. Withdrawals from Arbitrum require confirmation, but Arbitrum supports pipelining, so the chain continues to execute and make progress even while assertions are awaiting confirmation. So and there's their founders, and I don't know who they are, so I'll have to figure out who these people are. I'm sure they're probably amazing people that I know nothing about because I'm not in that world. So but yeah, so. Looks to be pretty interesting. Layer 2 solution and Matic, Loopring, now Arbitrum. Those are, in my humble opinion, I think they'd probably be good projects to invest in. I have Loopring, I have some Matic, and Layer 2 right now is where it's at. If you want to invest in the solution, and right now we in the dip, so something to think about. Not financial advice, why would you take financial advice from me anyway? That's all I can talk about today. The other thing about Matic and Loopring is when you're doing transactions on layer 2 is amazing. You can do it quickly and cheap and everything like that, but getting it up and down from Ethereum layer 1 to layer 2 is expensive and slow. I wonder if Arbitrum is going to solve this if you have to upload your funds from layer 1 to layer 2 and then do stuff on layer 2, and if that's going to be expensive. So I don't know, there's always some kind of caveat, there's always another side to the coin. Anyway, all right, that being said, I got to get to work, got to do the deal. Get up, get back to work. All right, I'll talk to you later.